DreamWorks is one of my personal favorite animation studios as they have produced many of my childhood favorite animation films such as Shrek, Megamind, Kung Fu Panda, and so much more. Though today I really wanted to highlight a fan favorite movie of theirs because lots of people find this one to be among one of the greatest of all time, and I'd have to agree with the statement. I guarantee if you had a conversation with someone and mentioned this film, they would definitely say how great it really is. I'm talking about none other than How to Train Your Dragon, a DreamWorks masterpiece animation that continuously made banger after banger sequels to end the franchise in the best way possible that made this movie extremely memorable and enjoyable to watch. Sometimes I even wonder to myself how this is meant to be a kid's movie, even though it contains terrifying looking dragons, which children can be really afraid of, which is why this animation also targets an adult audience, making it a great watch for a larger viewer base.
I guess it's just you and me, huh?
No, just you.
How to Train Your Dragon is a theme centered around the Viking era, humans building their own settlement as a home base and explore a vast, beautiful looking land while killing dragons whom are their sworn enemies and the causes of death. I love how the movie takes this concept and builds up to it even further to show something really exciting, because to humans, dragons are vicious beasts that need to be destroyed while, dragons, they're merely just protecting themselves and fight to stay alive. The main protagonist named Hiccup is a very special case. The only human who was never really understood by his peers. He always appears weak, clumsy, and he never really gets the job done, as he's not even fit for fighting at all. Now his father, Stoic the Vast, the chief of the tribe and the strongest Viking, yet he has a weakling son. Now I wonder how all that even happened. But I like how a lot of the Vikings have a Scottish accent which fits the time period and setting to give it more of a Viking feeling. Now my boy Hiccup lives in a clan whom are dragon hunters, yet he completely doesn't fit or belong there at all.
Sorry, Dad.
Now people blame him for disasters happening or not going the way it's supposed to be because, since he's always in the way. But however, he did manage to capture one of the rarest dragons of all time, which is a Night Fury. And that's where things get so much more interesting. Now, the title of the movie is of course called How to Train Your Dragon, so I guess you all know what comes next. The first movie mainly centers around Hiccup attempting to train his new Night Fury pet dragon time after time to get it to like him, but also to ride the beast and fly up into the sky. But like I said before, everyone thinks that dragons are vicious beasts that need to be killed, but Hiccup wants to do things a little bit more differently to show the tribe a different way of handling things. It's not going to be easy convincing the entire clan that they are friendly. I mean, a battle has been going on between the two sides for a very long time, for years actually. What's his father going to think of him? He already knows that his son is a failure, and now he's going to think he's finally lost his mind for once.
You're not a Viking. You're not my son.
Well, one of my favorite things of the movie is the amazing synergy between Hiccup and his dragon. These are some of the best duo characters I've seen in animation movies. The love, friendship, trust, and all those key features that make these two perfect is what makes this film even more enjoyable. Then when the tribe finally sees how dragons are not so bad after all at the end of the movie, everything feels so much more welcoming. No more war or battle, and everyone can live their lives. But the sequel does take things to another level. It's not as good as the first, but it's still great to see a movie that like this continue on. This sequel talks about how the dragons are now in danger due to a new villain in town who is a master at controlling dragons, which sounds really badass. Now Hiccup and his friends are no longer young and have grown up from the last movie.
What should we name it? Itchy Armpit it is.
But they still have the same personality you know and love, and of course, the Night Fury Toothless never changed, and I love it. Now, the writers of the movie even had Hiccup make some very daring decisions, such as over-humanizing dragons, keeping them as pets, and that's bad because they kind of forget their true nature. But there is very little humor in the sequel, and a lot more scarier moments or serious moments, especially for the poor dragons. It's still, however, one of the best visual-looking and written films to this very day. I swear, animation back then really did their part compared to a lot of the new ones that have come out. I sometimes ask myself why we can't have animated films be the same like back then, not overcomplicated or watered down storytelling, but something more engaging and memorable. What I also found really cool was how Stoic actually knows who the villain was due to a little flashback. Apparently those two had some kind of a beef back then, which led to him wanting to conquer the world with his army of humans but also dragons, which makes him unstoppable. Now Drago is a really cool villain, but just not quite kid-friendly. I mean, the scenes he's in makes things a lot more dark and scary, but it perfectly fits his aura and personality. The battle scenery at the end was just incredible, I tell you. A clash against titans, which was amazing to see, but also unforgettable moments and events that led to serious business that cannot be changed. It was a really good sequel. I honestly can't complain because the movie will always come out with another banger in the future, right? Well, I'm happy to say that it did. It really did. The third and final sequel called The Hidden World, and what excited me was that we were going to be introduced to a dragon called Light Fury who is a female, and this was an opportunity for a family and possibly even more. But with every villain down, there is always a new one that rises. Now you guys remember that one ugly looking guy from the movie called Brave that was competing for the marriage of the princess? Well, it looks like time sure flies by because this is what he had become after many years. He is called Gimel, a dragon hunter responsible for the extinction of Night Fury, leading everyone to believe that Toothless is the last of its kind. Now, he wants to eliminate all the dragons from this world and train powerful death grippers to help him get the job done. Now, the interesting thing is, when he learns that White Night Fury somehow slipped under his radar, he was on a mission to kill it. And that means going to war with our main tribe where Hiccup lives and also runs as leader. Honestly, every sequel, have upgraded their visuals, color, and even introducing us to great new characters, scary new villains that continuously surprise me, and most likely many others. It's not just a simple story of dragons and people going to war, but more of a diverse storytelling with big developments and plot twists that keep me engaged and excited for what's next. Now, the new world is even more beautiful than I ever thought, a secret place for all dragons to live that is unreachable to humans. It's said to be a safe haven for all the dragons to live in peace. I never really wanted this to happen, but it's a happy end to both sides. When the tribe let the dragons go free into the new world, especially letting Toothless go to build his new family, I really thought that this was a synergy that would be everlasting, and now it has been shattered. But I definitely didn't cry. I mean, I'm a grown man after all. I also really liked a snippet at the end showing Hiccup and his family, going on a boat to the hidden world to meet up with Toothless and witness his own family of cute little baby dragons. Sure made me smile. That was the end of the movie. Honestly, it just has such beautiful storytelling, characters, and battles. It's a masterpiece, I tell you, in my opinion, and I choose to watch it all over again. It's as simple as that. But that's all I really have to say about How to Train Your Dragon. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a thumbs up on the video if you did enjoy my discussion on the film, and subscribe because, it's free. But anyways, I'll be seeing you all in the next one.